Hello and welcome to another English lesson with me, Beth. Today we will be again comparing present simple tense and present continuous tense. This is the second lesson on this topic. If you haven't watched the first lesson, you can find it on my channel, and also there are videos about the present simple and about the present continuous tense. It might be helpful to watch these other videos first before watching this one. However, if you can't or you don't want to, then don't worry. We will revise present simple and present continuous now before we start comparing. So, present continuous is used for actions that are happening now or actions that are happening generally around this time. To form the present continuous positive sentences, we use subject plus am, is, or are plus the verb and ing. So I am running, he, she, it is talking, we, they are thinking, and you are doing. So this am, is, and are is the forms of the auxiliary verb to be. To form the negative, simply add not before the verb and ing. I am not running, he, she, it is not talking, we, they are not thinking, you are not doing. To form present continuous questions, we use the question word if needed, plus am, is, or are, plus the subject, plus the verb and ing. When am I running? Why is he, she, or it talking? What are they, we thinking? What are you eating? And here is a reminder of some of your question words: why, how, who, what, when, and where. Now let's talk about present simple. Present simple is used for repeated actions or for things that are generally or always true. So to form the present simple positive sentences, we use the subject plus the verb plus s or es. I run, he, she, it runs, we, they run, and you run. Remember, with he, she, or it, we need to add s or es to the verb. To form the negative, we use do or does as the auxiliary verb and not. So subject plus do or does not plus the verb. I do not, don't run. He, she, it does not, doesn't run. We, they do not or don't run. And you do not, don't run. Notice here, none of the verbs have the s ending. Instead, we add the es to the auxiliary verb do. To form present simple questions, we use do or does before the subject. Do or does plus subject plus verb. So do I run? Does he, she, it run? Do we, they run? Do you run? Notice again here that we add the es to the auxiliary verb do when we are talking about he, she, or it, and none of the verbs, main verbs, have the s or es ending. If a question word is needed, we put that before the auxiliary verb do or does. For example, where does he live? So question word plus do or does plus subject plus verb. So now we have talked about how to form present simple and continuous. Let's start comparing their use. Some verbs are not usually used in present continuous tense. These include like, want, belong, fit, contain, know, realize, consist, seem, mean, suppose, understand, believe, remember, need, and prefer. For example, I understand what you are saying, not I am understanding what you are saying. These shoes don't fit me, not these shoes are not fitting me. They need to go to the shops, not they are needing to go to the shops. Does it seem hot in here to you? Not is it seeming hot to you in here. Of course, in English there are always exceptions, but this is a general rule that you can try to remember. Now let's practice using those words we just looked at. Here are some sentences. Use the words in brackets to fill in the gaps in these sentences. You will need to put the verbs either into present continuous or present simple tense. Remember, if you need help, you can always go back to previous lines. If you have pen and paper, I suggest writing the sentences down because it will help you to remember. Pause the video now and have a go. Good job. Now let's go through the answers together. Number 1. You're not making any sense. What do you mean? So present simple here because mean is one of those verbs which is rarely used in present continuous. Number 2. I am making soup for lunch. Do you want some? I am making present continuous. It's happening now. Do you want? Present simple because want is one of those verbs which is usually used in present simple. Out of these two colours, I prefer the orange. Here we use present simple because prefer is one of those verbs which is rarely used in present continuous. Don't disturb them, they are planning their wedding. They are talking to the florist. Here we've used present continuous for both verbs because the actions are happening as we speak. Of course I know when your birthday is, but I bet she doesn't remember it. Here we have used present simple for both verbs because know and remember are some of those verbs which are rarely used in present continuous. Don't speak to me like that. I don't like it. Again, present simple, because like is one of those verbs usually used with present simple. Peter lives in Italy, but he was born in Scotland. Peter lives, present simple, because it is something that is generally true or a permanent situation. Who does this dog belong to? It's been left here for a long time. Here we've used present simple because belong, again, is one of those verbs rarely used in present continuous. Do you believe in God? Believe in present simple is one of those verbs rarely used in present continuous. I usually write with a pen, but I couldn't find one, so I am writing with a pencil. I usually write present simple because it's a repeated action, it's generally true, but I am writing is happening right now, so we've used present continuous. This recipe contains nuts. Are you allergic or shall I make it tonight? Contains is in present simple because we rarely use this verb with present continuous. I am going to the shops. I need more bread. I am going, present continuous, is happening right now. I need is one of these verbs that is rarely used in present continuous, so it is in present simple. Well done if you got all those correct. Now let's look at the verb think. In English, think can have two meanings. First, it can mean to believe or have an opinion. For example, I think it's a good idea. Well done. She thinks I love my job, but I hate it. They think the earth is flat. These are all opinions or beliefs. So we have used here present simple for the verb think. Second, it can mean to consider, to think about something or to think about doing something. For example, shh, she's thinking. He's thinking about his girlfriend. The Prime Minister is thinking about the election. In this case, we use present continuous tense. Here are some more examples of the verb think using present simple or present continuous. I think they got married last year, but I might be wrong. She thinks her grandson is perfect. They think Provence is the most beautiful place on earth. We think that Stonehenge was built as a religious site. Here, the verb think has been used to express opinion or belief, so we have used present simple. On the other side, we have present continuous. They are thinking of travelling around the world. What is she thinking about? We are thinking of sending him to nursery. She's unhappy and thinking of quitting her job. Here, think has been used to express the action of considering something or thinking about doing something. So we have used present continuous. Let's practice choosing the right tense for the word think depending on its meaning. Correct the mistakes in these sentences. Number 1. She's thinking that being a teacher is the best job in the world. Number 2. They think of selling their car. It keeps breaking. Number 3. John thinks about his wife. That is why he is smiling. Number 4. Are you thinking that it's a good museum? And number 5. Kira is thinking that most people enjoy chocolate. Pause the video now and try to correct the mistakes. Great, well done. Now let's have a look at the answers. She thinks that being a teacher is the best job in the world. So that's her opinion, so we've used present simple. They are thinking of selling their car. It keeps breaking. Here, thinking means considering or planning something, so we have used present continuous. John is thinking about his wife. That is why he is smiling. Here, again, thinking is the action. It's not a belief or opinion, it's an action, so we have used present continuous. Do you think that it's a good museum? Here, we are asking about somebody's opinion, so we have used present simple. Kira thinks that most people enjoy chocolate. Again, here, this is Kira's opinion or belief, so we have used present simple. Now let's talk about our senses: to see, to hear, to smell, and to taste. For these verbs, we usually use present simple tense. For example, I see the top of the mountain. We don't say, I am seeing the top of the mountain. They see us, they are coming. Jessica sees them, they are over there. Hear. Wait, I hear something. They hear planes overhead. The president hears the protests. So we don't say, wait, I am hearing something, or they are hearing planes overhead, or the president is hearing the protests. We are using here the present simple tense. I hear, they hear, and the president hears. To smell. These flowers smell lovely. The sea smells salty. This room smells of cigarettes. So again, the flowers smell, the sea smells, this room smells of cigarettes. We are using present simple tense. And to taste. The lemon tastes sour. Oh wow, this tastes amazing. I'm not paying for this, it tastes awful. Again, we've used present simple tense. The lemon tastes, this tastes, and it tastes. For taste here and smell, the verbs are not being used as action verbs. They are used as linking verbs. So they describe what something is like or the state of something, rather than what something is doing. Of course, as always in English, there are exceptions. So if we are using taste and smell as action verbs rather than linking verbs, we can use them in the present continuous. So in this box here, wait, I am just tasting it now. Taste is being used as the action verb and the action is happening now, so we can use that in the present continuous. Hang on, I'm smelling the roses. They have a lovely scent. Again, smelling here is being used as an action verb and the action is happening right now, so we have used present continuous. In these other two examples, here and here, we are using present continuous to add emphasis or to show surprise or shock. So, are you seeing this? We are surprised about something. Or, are you hearing what he is saying? We're surprised, we're in shock, and we have used present continuous to emphasize that. And just something else for you to notice, you will often hear can, the word can, when people are talking about senses. I can see the sea, it's beautiful. I can hear something, go and see what it is. Can you smell that? It's disgusting. I can taste the salt. I think you put too much in. So this doesn't affect the tense you use, it's just something to be aware of because you will hear it a lot from native English speakers. This little girl is not feeling well. She says, I'm feeling sick. We can see there the present continuous tense. This lady at the seaside is having a great time. She says, I feel great. She has used present simple. So what's the difference here? We use the words look and feel to talk about someone's health. And actually, we can use present simple or present continuous for this, and the meaning will be the same. For example, you look a lot better now, or you are looking a lot better now. The meaning is exactly the same. He looks ill, or he is looking ill. The meaning is the same. How are you feeling? Or how do you feel? Present continuous or present simple, the meaning is the same. One last slide before we do some practice. Let's look at the difference between is and is being. So first we will look at this side. Is. He is a quiet person. Freddie is really mean. The weather is unpredictable in autumn. Am I unreasonable? Mum is a good listener. They are so bossy. Here, these things are generally true or always true. So we have used is instead of is being. Now let's look at the other side. Is being. He is being very quiet. Freddie's being really mean. The weather is being unpredictable at the moment. Am I being unreasonable? Mum is being a good listener for once. They are usually quiet, but today they are being so bossy. These things are temporary or only true now, so we have used is being instead of is. Am, is, and are being are only to talk about behavior. So we can't say it is being hot, she is being very tired, he is being very tall, because then we're not talking about behavior. Right, let's practice what we have just talked about. You will see a conversation between Mary and Tom. There are a lot of mistakes with the present continuous and present simple tenses. See if you can spot the mistakes and then try to correct them. So Mary says, I think of going to the shops. I'm needing more bread and milk. Yes, I'm seeing you have none left. Will you put your coat on? I don't think of it. Do I needing to? Well, it's being a bit chilly, and I think it's raining a bit. Yes, you're right, and I am hearing the wind as well. I'm getting my coat now. While you're at the shops, can you buy me some oranges? I'm feel a bit under the weather. Yes, of course. Are you being tired? You're looking a bit tired. Yeah, I just generally feeling a bit rough. Thanks, I'll see you soon. Pause the video now and try to spot those mistakes. Good job. Now let's go through the conversation together and see if you found all those mistakes. So Mary says, I think of going to the shops. I'm needing more bread and milk. So the mistake here is I think of going to the shops. I'm needing. Tom says, yes, I'm seeing you have none left. Will you put your coat on? The mistake here is I'm seeing. Mary says, I don't think of it. Do I needing to? The mistake here is I don't think of it and do I needing to? Well, it's being a bit chilly and I think it's raining a bit. The mistake here is it's being a bit chilly. Yes, you're right, and I am hearing the wind as well. I'm getting my coat now. I am hearing the wind is a mistake. While you're at the shops, can you buy me some oranges? I'm feel a bit under the weather. I'm feel here is a mistake. Yes, of course. Are you being tired? You're looking a bit tired. Are you being tired here is a mistake. And yeah, I just generally feeling a bit rough. Thanks, I see you soon. I just generally feeling a bit rough is a mistake. So if you've spotted all those mistakes, well done. Now see if you can correct them and think about why they are mistakes. Pause the video now and then we will look at the answers together. Good job. Now let's look at those answers. Mary says, I'm thinking of going to the shops. I need more bread and milk. So I'm thinking is present continuous because it's an action she is considering. I need is present simple because need is a verb rarely used in present continuous. Yes, I see you have none left. Will you put your coat on? I see is one of our senses, so we usually use present simple. I'm not thinking of it. Do I need to? I'm not thinking is meaning I'm not considering, so we use present continuous. And need, again, is one of those verbs rarely used in present continuous. Well, it's a bit chilly, and I think it's raining a bit. It's a bit chilly. Chilly is not behaviour, so we can't use it's being a bit chilly. Being is only used for behaviour. Yes, you're right, and I hear the wind as well. I'm getting my coat now. Hear is one of our senses, so we usually use present simple. While you're at the shops, can you buy me some oranges? I'm feeling a bit under the weather. So here we could use either I'm feeling or I feel, but we can't say I'm feel. So that was the mistake. So either here you can have I'm feeling or I feel. And a bit under the weather is an English idiom that means you're feeling a bit unwell. Yes, of course. Are you tired? You're looking a bit tired. Tired is not a behaviour, so we can't say are you being tired. Yeah, I just generally feel a bit rough. Thanks, I'll see you soon. Here again you can either have I am generally feeling a bit rough or I generally feel a bit rough. Remember there is no difference there in the meaning. And a bit rough again in English just means a little bit unwell. So that's amazing if you got all those correct. That was a lot of work. Well done. I hope you feel more confident now choosing between present simple and present continuous. If you found this video useful, like and subscribe and please tell your friends. Write in the comments what you found helpful and tell me what else you want to learn. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.